Can you apply for disability benefits before you have been out of work for 12 months? I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney. And as you may know, Social Security defines disability in terms of how your medical issues, your medical problems limit your capacity to work. But further, there's a duration requirement which says that you've got to show that your medical problem is one that has lasted or is expected to last 12 consecutive months. So in other words, in disability, we're not looking at broken arms. We're not looking at short-term medical problems. These have to be medical issues that have lasted or are expected to last 12 consecutive months. And I've actually had people tell me that they've called Social Security, want to apply, and the person at Social Security said, you're not able to apply yet, you're not eligible because you haven't been out of work for 12 months, for a year. That's inaccurate. It's just not true, because this definition says you've got to have a condition that is likely to keep you out of work for 12 months or has kept you out of work for 12 consecutive months. So if you have a medical problem that is severe enough that's likely to keep you out for 12 months, you can apply. Even if you're not sure, you can still apply. And if it turns out you go back to work before 12 months, then your application becomes really of no value. You want to discontinue it. But as long as you're out of work for at least a year, you have a legitimate disability claim. And if you're out of work for 13 months, you may be able to go for a closed period of that 13 months, even if you don't have ongoing disability benefits. So if anybody tells you you're not allowed to apply until you've been out for 12 months, that's just flat out wrong, and you can apply. You're allowed to do so. Now, I will tell you that it's very rare to get approved when you have not been out of work for 12 consecutive months and you don't have a listing level impairment. If you watched my other videos, you know that at the initial and the recon level, the adjudicators, the claims adjusters that make decisions in disability cases are looking for very, very severe impairments, like what I would call listing level impairments. And you can visit my website at meetalisting.com to learn more about the listings. But a listing level impairment is one that is extremely severe, that basically Social Security has concluded if you have this diagnosis, we're pretty much going to find you're disabled. So, for example, if you've had a leg amputated, that is a listing level of impairment. If you have terminal cancer, that's a listing level. If you have heart function or your heart's pumping at 20%, that's listing level impairment. In those situations, even the adjudicators will recognize this person's not likely to have any improvement within the next year. We'll go ahead and take their claim. But of course, a lot of cases are not listing level impairment, and you can still win. You can have a case where you win on the grid rules based on your age and your education if you're over 50. Or you may have a case where your functional capacity, when you look at the combined effect of your multiple medical problems and medication side effects, when you combine all that together, we can decide that you are not able to function at work. Well, adjudicators aren't going to find that. They're not going to assume that because you have 5 medical problems, all with significant problems, that we can logically conclude and assume you'll be out of work for 12 months. So they're going to deny you on that basis. But again, you're allowed to have an active application. You may not win until you've been out of work, unless you've been out of work for 12 months or pretty close to it. Or you may not win early. And if you do apply for benefits and you've only been out of work for a month, make sure to allege a listing level impairment. But just because you're denied an initial recon based on that 12-month duration requirement doesn't mean you won't win at a hearing, given that your hearing will almost always be well after 12 months has elapsed. So bottom line here, you don't have to be out of work for 12 months before you can apply, but realize that that duration requirement is going to possibly stand between you and an early approval for many reasons, but mainly because the adjudicators are not going to assume anything about how long your impairment might last unless you have clear and compelling evidence from a medical treating physician, source statement, and the vocational and the in-house Social Security medical consultant and the adjudicator both accept that. But again, most likely not going to happen, but doesn't mean you shouldn't try anyway and go ahead and get that application filed. So hope that answers that question. Visit me online at ssdanswers.com. Happy to answer your questions. You can download my Secret Swimming Disability Survival Kit. You can also ask for a case evaluation. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Love to read the comments or respond to them. And again, like us on YouTube and on Facebook. Again, my name is Jonathan Ginsberg. Wishing you the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.